Building societies to tell central bank they won't agree to limit lending to home buyers. US, German and Italian forces come under fire in Albania as they help evacuate foreigners. Taoiseach warns he'll discipline Alan Shatter if he votes against the government on blood tribunal report. And Boyzone's Ronan Keating to present Eurovision with RTE's Carrie Crowley. Good evening. The building societies have said efforts by the central bank to dampen expectations in the property market will fail unless there is mortgage rationing. The societies also say they'll tell the bank that they won't agree voluntarily to limit lending to house buyers. The Irish Mortgage and Savings Association was reacting to yesterday's announcement by the bank that it would be contacting all mortgage lenders next week about their lending policies.
Financial institutions openly admit that they are awash with cash and are under pressure to lend out this money or they will become less profitable. However, the central bank has embarked on a campaign designed to put moral pressure on the mortgage institutions to become more careful about the amounts of money they are lending to people. The institutions do not believe that the central bank will succeed in its efforts to talk down property prices.
Unless they introduce rationing, in my view, it will not be effective, or unless they get agreement from the institutions to adopt a particular criteria which in effect will limit the number of loans that are available and the amount of finance that are available, then I don't think it'll work.
Is there any hope in your view that maybe you will get that kind of agreement?
There will not be a voluntary agreement between institutions for obvious reasons, competitive reasons mainly, to limit the amount of finance available.
There is plenty of anecdotal evidence, however, that mortgage institutions have increased the amounts of money they are prepared to give borrowers.
I wouldn't agree. We're in the mortgage business now for the best part of a quarter of a century. We write about 12,000 mortgages a year, and we have very strict credit guidelines which we follow. And the process that happens in the bank is if you go in to apply for a mortgage to one of our branches, the application is prepared at the counter by a mortgage advisor and submitted centrally to our central lenders, who take an objective view and abide by proven credit guidelines.
Some economists believe the way to solve the property situation is for the authorities here to allow interest rates to go up so that mortgages become more expensive. The central bank seems to believe the way to solve the situation is to encourage lending institutions to lend less money. Builders believe the solution is for the politicians and local authorities to provide more serviced land sites for development. But all groups agree that we are in uncharted waters as far as the Irish property